Hey y'all. So I am so excited to tell you that I am launching a Be Your Own Intuitive membership. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this, except I'll endeavor to tell you right now how excited I am about this. I had a Be Your Own Intuitive webinar course previously, which provided a lot of the foundation for this membership. However, even though the webinar was really beautiful and wonderful experience, not everybody was able to participate because of time differences and work schedules and so on and so forth. So this membership is going to be on-demand videos for you every single week for you to watch when you can on your own time. These are going to be videos teaching you how to access and work with your intuition because, as you know, everybody, I believe, everybody is intuitive. It's just about understanding what your tools are, how to access them, how to really work with your intuition in a way where you can be your own guidance system, where you can truly be your own intuitive. And I'm really excited to share all that I know with you in this membership course. I'm going to be talking about how to read the Tarot, what the Tarot is all about, how to read it intuitively, how to, again, really develop your own intuition and really hone it into a nicely working muscle group for you. I'm going to be talking about how I read Tarot on YouTube and really just anything and everything that I know about the wild and wonderful world of intuitive development and Tarot and everything esoteric. So I'm so excited to share this with you guys. So I have a link to the waiting list in the description box below this video. The waiting list is going to serve as holding your place within the membership course unofficially before I, do a hard launch pretty soon. So with that, I want the groups to, have a source, sort of intimacy where everyone can bond and connect if they like. And so I'm not going to have membership just open ongoing. I will open and close it sort of in waves. So this is your opportunity to join right as we launch. And I'm just so excited to be with you on this journey and share with you all that I know. I will also have a monthly Zoom meeting for everybody in the membership where I come on. You can ask me anything you want to. We can talk about all the things. We can talk about your experiences. We can answer really any and all questions you could possibly have. This is also a way for me to connect with you guys on a more personal and intimate basis, which as a teacher, I really love to do. So again, I am so excited to offer this to you. I so hope that you'll join me in this membership. I'm just so excited about it and to really pass along all the knowledge that I've acquired onto you so that you can really be your own intuitive and be your own guidance system, because that to me is just about the most important thing that there is as a spiritual being having a human experience. So with that being said, the link is in the description box below for the wait list. And I just thank you in advance so much for joining me over there. And I'm so excited to connect with you all. And be well. Until next time. Hey Taurus, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your first half of Ember General reading here. So in your meditation, it was short but sweet. I saw the image of like an archery target, like out in a field. And I saw that an arrow had already been sent and landed like on the left side of the target, just like several inches off from bullseye. And then there was this mouse who kind of climbed up onto the arrow that was lodged and just kind of was swinging about and sitting there. And then I saw this other arrow hit the bullseye. And then the mouse sort of jumped to that arrow and sat there and just kind of, sat up and looked at me, which is really interesting. And that was the meditation. Mouse energy is Two of Pentacles energy, but it's very much about, which is juggling, personal life and workload and multitasking, right? But mouse energy is very much about the details. It's about, hey, if you could only see things from perspective from way down here, you would have a wealth of information that few others do. Like it's one of those animals that, has an ability to see things and see routes and solutions to things and potentials that no other animal can, because no other animal has its perspective or its viewpoint. Bullseye, viewpoint, arrow hitting the mark. Don't you love when it just all comes together like that? I do feel like there is something about, because we can take it literally and say it's like, oh, it's like hitting the target, and it's a bullseye, and it's how you see it. But I feel like there's something in it that feels very Sagittarius energy as well, because they are the archer, right? And so it's really about hitting your mark and about how you see things in your perspective. But I also feel like there's potentialities or options that want to be seen by you as options. So that's interesting how that's coming through as well. But I do feel like it has to do with action, wands meeting up with vision, interestingly enough. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what the cards say. Hey Taurus, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for the first half of our animal energy for Taurus. Oh, so good, so good. So the elk. So this beautiful, first of all, earth energy for earth sign is always very auspicious when you get an animal of your like element. So I love that that's happening for you. It is beautiful Aries energy, emperor energy, which is really about, sitting in the full seat of your own power, authority, leadership. Like the tagline for emperor energy is, take control. You are well protected. There's that aspect of making decisions and being responsible for other people. Elk energy is also such a wonderfully grounding energy as well. Whenever I see elk energy come up in a reading, it's sort of like the equivalent of, spirit saying, whew, everything is going to be in order and everything is going to be handled and taken care of some way, shape, or form, whether by divine intervention or by your own means, but everything will be taken care of. Nothing will be askew. Everyone will have what they need and all will be well. It's a very comforting energy. It's a very reliable, dependable, like I said, grounding energy. So I like that that's coming up for you. But also, why does this look like a bullseye on an archery target with like the red around it, right? Is it just me? Okay. Let's take a look and see what's going on, Taurus. Let's see what's going on. We have the full moon in your sign on November 8th. That looks like a eclipse moon there, and it's also the eclipse as well. Wow, 7 of Wands. This has come up a lot today. So more fire for you. I was feeling that Sagittarius energy. So 7 of Wands is about knowing that whatever obstacles you face, you will absolutely surmount them. It's just about patience and timing and continued effort. But this 7 of Wands in particular, how it's depicted here, you have these crocodiles here. And crocodile medicine is very much about timing. It's knowing when to move, when to be still. You've got this, mama or papa crocodile here telling all these babies who want to run after this yummy looking gazelle morsel over here. Like, no, don't do it. That's not the best opportunity. Don't do it. You're going to ruin it for everybody. Do not go after that gazelle. Trust and believe. Just wait. Be patient. Also, as symbolized by the lotus flower there, which is really beautiful on top, but it comes up from a lot of dirt and muck and excrement, right? Which shows about, it's really about how things appear versus the natural timing and how our relationship to, concerted effort manifests within us. Because 7 of Wands is also very much about, yes, we will be successful with consistent effort, but we also realize that part of consistent effort is, it doesn't mean you're always in perpetual motion. It means that you know when to be still and when to move, right? It's that inner movement and stillness just as well as it is taking action, right? The road is never quite linear, is it? You must know when to stop along the way. It's also about mental health as well, crocodile is. I feel like that's being reflected here, especially if you've been having some struggles with your, anxiety or sadness or mental health issues. I feel like that's coming up for you in a way to say, like, you do have this grounding presence and influence here as well. I'm hearing, interestingly enough, physical activity, especially with the full moon in your sign of Taurus on the 8th. I feel like there's a lot of benefit to be had from physical activity. I even want to take it literally and say time spent in the water, time swimming or near water, can be incredibly medicinal for you. It could be chilly where you are. Maybe an indoor pool, but if not, just being outside in nature, moving your body, and it feels incredibly beneficial for you at the moment, okay? What else is going on? Oh, well, I never. King of Wands knows when to move and when to be still. We were just talking about that with the 7 Wands. Remember I told you it feels very Sagittarius. It feels very Wands energy, very much for you. So what's fascinating about the King of Wands is he never wastes his time. He always has all of the energy that he needs because he understands that sitting still is just as important as moving. He knows who to say no to, who to say yes to. He is the king, the master of timing. And if you think about, if you've ever done archery, I grew up doing archery. I definitely grew up like half in the country. But doing archery is very much about not just like your vision, but about timing, right? There's wind to take into account. There's other factors, and it's like your timing has to be quite exact. And what's really fascinating about archery as well is that when you've got your bow like pulled back, right, and you're focusing, if you look right at the bullseye, you won't hit it. Interestingly enough, you've got to find which way the wind is going. You've got to either veer to your right or your left or just off target. And it's really, there's a certain precision there, which is like, but if I do that, it's not going to hit. And then it does hit. You just have to know what angle you're working with in terms of how you're standing, your positioning, like I said, the wind, all of that stuff. So it feels like there's a precision that's coming through here for you. But I feel like, remember in the meditation how we saw that one of the arrows was like off the target to the left and then one was in the bullseye? It's interesting. I feel like it's another symbol around the path coming through is not being always linear for you. And so to trust the stops, trust the process, trust that there's going to be busy times and slower times, and it's all perfect because it's all on the path ahead for you, right? It's really fascinating how this is coming through. Also, the fact that the crow is on the King of Wands' head as well also speaks to timing and synchronicity. You will know what to do and when to do it, right? Something in that. This has also come up a lot today. So here we have the 7 of Swords. You know, swords rule the realm of the mind, right? Our mind palace is, in opinion, as an air sign, but really the mind, I think, is the most important aspect of ourselves because, well, in a particular context, I think the heart really is, but in this context, the mind, if our mind isn't right, if we don't have some sort of balance going on mentally, clarity, peace, harmony going on in our minds, right? The rest of it isn't going to be feeling very good, right? Because our minds are so powerful, right? They're very, very powerful. And we can feel a certain thing, but then our mind gets involved and suddenly we're like, oh, is that what I'm feeling? Is that what I'm feeling? Right? The mind is just one of those things where it's really important to have it balanced and aligned, right? Mental wellness, very, very important. You know, we were talking about that with the crocodile, the mental health here as well. You know, with the 7 of Swords, this traditionally speaks of self-sabotage and the ways we act as a disservice to ourselves and others. So the fact that this is coming through for you in this way, and we have the mirror, you know, image effect of these jaguars kind of looking and walking towards each other. And then we have like the knives, and it's kind of like the bow and arrow and hitting the mark or not. It really feels like you are being asked to really delve some inner depths and really ask yourself, in what ways, from an emperor point of view, from a king point of view, in what ways are you keeping yourself small? In what ways are you not taking care of yourself? In what ways are you prioritizing other people's needs ahead of your own to your own detriment? Is that the case? You know, we all self-sabotage in some way, shape, or form. We do. Everyone has their own method of self-sabotage, but it's true. We all do it at one point or another. And I feel like you are being asked to really give some due thought to that, because I'm really feeling Diana, like the archer goddess, Artemis. I'm feeling her energy here with this reading. And it really feels like there's this strong pull to, like, archer, like, name your mark, set your mark, and then let loose your bow. Like that's what I feel that very, very strongly. And I feel like with the Emperor, it's really, there's an aspect of this, and I say this with all the love in the world, there's an aspect of being encouraged to get out of your own way, right? Get out of your own way in some way, shape, or form. And it feels like it has a lot to do with the mind. It's like it has a lot to do with the mind. How can you get out of your mind and into your body? That's what I'm feeling with this. Out of your mind and into your body. The full moon in Taurus is going to be a beautiful opportunity for you to think about that. Think about it, consider it, right? Ace of Wands is your advice. I want to take this one because it was poking out. Seven of Swords. Okay. Okay, you mangy beast. Okay. So your advice is the Ace of Swords and the or Ace of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So Ace of Wands is that big creative surge, that passion, that energy. This is very much that archer's bow, right? It's really beautiful here, especially with this butterfly. You know, an ace is a new beginning. And I feel like you're being encouraged here to embrace a new beginning with and for yourself, right? Look at how that orange really matches up with the elk here, with the butterfly. You know, butterfly is also Three of Swords energy, which is really transforming after pain, heart pain, trial, loss, trauma, all of that, right? I feel like this is saying, allow yourself, gift yourself with the potential of a new chapter, of a new beginning, but that exists on the other side of you. You really, I feel like it's a call to reprioritize and really get clear on what your target is. What are you aiming for? Because no one benefits from you taking your eye off the target. Eye on the target. Because you're going to hit it. But first you got to align with it. Consider it. Do I need to move a little to the right? Do I need it? Which way is the wind blowing, right? But keeping that steady focus on what you're working towards, what you're aiming for, feels incredibly important. It feels like a missed opportunity. It could be on the other side of you know, not taking the opportunity that this is offering you in terms of sitting in the emperor's seat and saying, okay, how am I living my best life? How am I not? How am I deferring my own needs? How am I self-sabotaging? How am I doing things that I know aren't in my best interest? What activities, people, places, or things am I engaging in that isn't necessarily great for mental health? And how can I make changes around that? But first, we have to acknowledge it and see it and really, again, acknowledge it. Seven of Swords, that's what this is. It's your advice. It's what ways am I, you know, acting outside of my own best interest? And how do I let others maybe not treat me as well as I deserve to be treated? Right? You're being asked to come into the full scope of your awareness. And it's interesting to get out of your mind into your body, but also get out of your mind restrictions and into your passion, right? Let's get an oracle, shall we? I have this new oracle deck from a friend and client who sent this to me. I really, really love it. I've been just so obsessed with using it today for these readings. Oh, I love this so much. I appreciate the beauty around me. Grace, gratitude, swan, and the throat chakra. Okay, so let's talk about this because swan medicine is a very particular thing. But the swan, to start off with, looks very calm and beautiful on the water, right? But underneath the water, those feet are just going like miles a minute, right? Go, 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 go. So there's a certain aspect of swan medicine that says, I surrender to the path before me. I surrender to the will of spirit. I am willing to flow whichever way, you know, is in the highest and best good, which is interesting because with the grace and gratitude and the throat chakra, I do feel like how this is coming through for you. And I feel like it's a very gentle way of saying it, but it's saying, you know, using your voice, right? Using your throat chakra and speaking to things with and for yourself, but also to others around you, what is and is not working for you, right? What is and is not working for you. But I also, remember how we said that some time spent in water or near water or just out in nature, and then it's coming through with the swan on the water here, is going to be highly medicinal for you as well. Also, swan energy is star energy, Aquarian energy, which is wish fulfillment, great health, wellness, hope, wish fulfillment, all of that good stuff, right? This is really beautiful for you. And I do feel like it is an extra special message around the throat chakra for you, right? I appreciate the beauty around me. I also appreciate the beauty within me, and I want to honor that by not acting in ways that are a disservice to me and wellness, right? It's really beautiful, Taurus. You know, I feel like getting another one just for kicks because I think we're good on time. I'm gonna get one more. I'm gonna get one more. Why not? Last oracle for Taurus. Ooh. Right. The Well Watcher. More water. Wisdom, power of the divine, number 7. Back to the 7 of Wands there and the 7 of Swords. It's 3 sevens. Oh, and another 7 of Swords. 4 sevens. Seven's a magic number, is it not? So the Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. This is really interesting because the lesson behind the Well Watcher, but power divine links it to the swan that says, I surrender to, the path of highest and best good from a place of non-resistance and non-attachment, right? And then wisdom is also knowing, it's funny, you can't write it, like when to move, when to be still, when to act, when to be in a place of, receiving. That is the Well Watcher. It's like this aspect of tuning in and patience and knowing what to do next, coming from a place of, high discernment. So it's interesting. Along with the Elk as well, and then the King of Wands, who knows when to move and when to be still. I'm really hearing to embrace stillness and achieve clarity, right? It does feel like there's a lot going on, Taurus. And you're being asked to be a little bit, gift yourself with that swan energy, grace, gratitude, stillness, oneness, flow, right? Really, really beautiful, Taurus. So with that being said, I so hope that this helps and resonates. A favor to ask. I made a video recently, a This Is Me video, talking about how there's something going on with YouTube where they're mass unsubscribing people from the channel. I don't know exactly why. There are a lot of theories and, whatever have you. So I researched, and what I found to help with this is if you comment and like this video, if you leave a comment, doesn't matter what it is, whether it's an emoji or whatever it is, and you like it, that is your way of letting YouTube know that you want to stay subscribed. Otherwise, you could be unsubscribed and there's nothing that I or you can do about it. So if you would like to keep seeing these videos, please like, comment, make sure you've tapped that notification button as well so that you get these notifications. Let YouTube know you want to stay a part of the team here over at the Crow Tarot Central. And lastly, the link to sign up for a membership Be Your Own Intuitive course is in the description box below. I'm very excited to see you guys over there. And that being said, just thank you. If you're watching this, I appreciate you so, so much. So thank you so much for being here. And most of all, and as always, beautiful bulls, thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.